anybody like to utilize open forum at this time? Okay, seeing none, we will now go into the approval of the minutes. The minutes were sent out electronically last Tuesday. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Seeing there are none, the minutes are now marked as approved and corrected. We will now move into reports from our officers, beginning with the president, who Willis is not here, so I'm just going to give you all his report for him. Last week he met with Dr. Rush, who is over student affairs. So from my understanding, that was a great meeting with the two of them. And they talked through some of the exact goals along with President Roberts. Willis just meets with him like every month. So talked to President Roberts last week, and the same with his chief of staff, Rich McGlynn. Just went over things like exec goals and such. This week he's going to be with facilities. So like Facilities Friday, like y'all see everything that goes on with that. And then Kevin Robinson, the VP of Campus Safety, and Curtis Sasser, the VP of Advancement. I'm sorry, I wish I had more details for you, but Wells isn't here, so if he gets here, he can give you more. And now for the treasurer.
Alright, hey, what up, guys? How we doing? Alright, good. Alright, here we go. Phone number still there. Still there. If you don't have it by now, what are we doing? Had the preliminary hearing today. You guys can ask your senator friends how it went. Meeting with Pearson Alsabrook about rings, it went really well. We talked about the ring display down there. We talked about that a little bit last week. We are going to get the little size of the thing figured out. The thing that everybody keeps getting their hands stuck in. So that's awesome. Super excited about that. And then met with Ms. Showmaker. That was a really good meeting. She talked a lot about how the university budget works, so that helped me understand SGAs better. And meeting with Brad, talked about some things with the budget. Can't really, I guess, go super detailed there. Anyway, that's my update. So y'all have a great week, all right?
Thank you. And now from our EVP of Outreach.
Hey y'all. So I met with ISAC this past week, which is the International Student Advisory Group. I didn't put it on here because I want to fix on Auburn answers, but basically they just kind of talked about this year, and they want to have like, probably 4 of the international groups collaborate with Dining and the Edge to have traditions, have different kind of nations types of food there. So look out for that if you're a freshman and the Edge. But mainly Auburn Answers is April 1st, which is this Wednesday. So if y'all can pull out your phones and go to the group meeting, I just want to use my time to get that filled out because our cabinet, a lot of times we won't be using y'all for that, but our cabinet is a little preoccupied with director interviews, and we also don't have directors yet. So you guys are a big majority of SGA right now, so if y'all could just go out there and table and get people to fill out our Auburn Answers responses, that'd be great. But that's it for me. Thank y'all.
Oh yeah, so the GroupMe sign-ups, or like the signs for Auburn Answers are in the GroupMe.
Yes, sorry, the Google Sheets. Anyways.
All right, so this week we have director interviews Tuesday through Thursday. The people that are sitting in on those are all exec, our new AVPs, and then Senate exec as well. We're going to have our cabinet picked by this Friday, which is big. We began planning for our first cabinet meetings this past week, as well as retreat, which will be this next Saturday. So that's going to be a ton of fun. And then the first cabinet next Monday. So looking forward to it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And now for our EVP of Initiatives.
All right, hope you all had a great weekend. Looks like we've got some new faces in here, possible senators, after they get voted on, so that's a lot of fun. Phone number's still up there. So who, for their Duo mobile app, got a new phone, and now when you log into something, you have to do like the text message thing? Seems like a decent amount of us. I had a meeting with Clegg Reitenbaugh in Student Affairs IT, and that was one of the things that he kind of wanted to get some feedback on, just to maybe put some signage up to fix that. Super easy, he helped me fix it. So yeah, I just want to get some feedback on that. Rec recovery room feedback. This is possible opportunity that the rec is looking into. Different things with feedback, like are they looking at like Theragun type stuff, like the boots, the compression boots. I don't really know what the name of those are. But if y'all have any ideas or anything, y'all can feel free to find me after. Y'all can think about that for a little bit, and then yeah, I'd love to hear more about that. And then Greenway expansion. Do any of y'all know where like that little pond around VCOM is, and like how y'all know what the Greenway is at least? Yes. Well, then that's getting extended this summer to the corner office and like around there. So I don't know if any of y'all walk around there, but that was pretty interesting. So yeah, that's all I got. Oh, yes, Josh.
Is that going where that gravel road is right now, or?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know that it's going. It's not going to go on the road, gravel road. What do you mean? Like where?
Like, there's the greenway, and then like, there's the gravel road that leads back, so it leads back to the water.
I would assume so, but don't quote me on that. So let me, Eric was just like, we're expanding the Greenway and didn't go any deeper on that. But I can get some further feedback on that, or further answers on that. Yeah, that's all I got. Hope y'all have a great week.
Thank you. Now we will move into reports from our committee chairs, beginning with academic affairs.
Jones Engineering, hope you all had a great weekend. My committee did a great job gathering some feedback about exams post-spring break and prior to finals, and we learned that a lot of schools have policies in place that have dead days before finals, so we're going to begin doing work creating a poll that hopefully we'll be able to bring on next week to get some initial feedback on. And that's where we're standing. Thank y'all.
Now for access, engagement, and opportunity.
AEO, no report.
Thank you. Now for budget and finance.
Bolton, CLA. Yeah, so today we had our first preliminary hearing, one of two. We'll have our second one on Thursday, and basically what that was is we had a few different SAOs come in and explain their budgets, and so yeah, that was really good. I just want to give a shout out to Graham, Hannah, Jackson, Lizzie, Max, Morgan, T, and William. They've all been doing a really good job of staying on top of things, being on time for the yeah, we're top of it. Yeah, crushing it. Come on, you can smile. And so yeah, they've been doing a really good job, and so yeah, I'm glad I can rely on them and trust them to do all this BNF stuff. So yeah, that's all I got.
Thank you. Now for code of laws.
Long CLA. I had a meeting with Billy Ferris about 2 weeks ago. We talked about updating the student media section of the code. We're taking out the comm board section, we're resolving that hopefully, and we're going to have a bill on that coming up pretty soon. And last Friday, me and Fletcher, shout out Fletcher, had a meeting with Brad Smith, Director of Student Involvement, and we got to talk to him about some exciting stuff coming up. So just be on the lookout for some new bills coming out from the Code of Laws Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Now for student affairs.
Hey everyone, hope you all had a good weekend. Victoria and I have our meeting with the Dean of COSAM, Edward Thomas, on Friday. So if you guys have any feedback or any ideas, suggestions for any of the COSAM buildings, please either reach out to me now or reach out to Victoria and I later. Another just kind of quick idea. So we talked about it in our exec meeting, and I talked about it with my team just a little bit. But we have been trying to brainstorm different ways of getting feedback, and one really big idea that we have is to put these big whiteboards out in these heavily trafficked areas, such as in the SGA lobby, which is where we're have our meeting about on Friday, and also on student center patio. So for ideas like Live Music on Fridays, or what else do students want to use the space for? So this is just a way that we're going to try and get feedback from there. We're going to see how that goes. So if you have any ideas or suggestions on what to put on said whiteboard and what you guys would like to hear about in the poll outside of what we talked about in our meetings, please let me know. So be on the lookout for those, and if you want to leave your suggestions, please throw them there.
Thank you. Now for our executive committee.
Richard at large. How's it going, guys? The attendance is published and the code for it is Final Four. We made the Final Four in the big tournament. And we're the only SEC team still playing basketball in April. So there we go. Another thing, J-Lo and I had a meeting with Charlotte regarding office hours. We're going to be having that as a future order next week. Along with that, I'm going to be sending y'all kind of a guide to what positive and good office hours will look like. Office hours are your best tool to have a productive year and get feedback, to serve your constituents. So I'll be looking forward to that.
Okay, now we will move into reports from our liaisons, beginning with the Honors Congress.
Begin honors no report.
Now for BSU.
Hey y'all, hope you all had a great weekend. I just want to update you guys that we just got our new executive board for the next year, so we're super excited about that. And we actually just had our last general assembly today. We were supposed to have one more, but we had to cut that for some external reasons. So this will be my last time here, but I really appreciate you guys for everything this year. I know y'all are kind of new coming in, but again, I'm so excited for all the new ones, see everything, the great things we're going to do, and just thank y'all so much for having me. But with that, War Eagle.
Now for ISM.
King ISO. So we also have a new executive board, but this will not be the last time you see me. But I just realized that we had a whole new batch of senators, and you guys don't really know the project that I'm working on right now with the VP of Outreach and also a couple of other branches here at Auburn. But essentially last semester I hosted something called a general body meeting where students from Auburn could come into this meeting and share with me what they would like to see some changes on. What are the real major issues that students are facing, and how can I come in, give feedback, and make changes? So last semester we hosted one about housing, and we received a lot of concerning feedback where students shared how much they felt there was a lack of information for them to find. Particularly international students were struggling to find information about leasing, apartments in Auburn, some of the things that you really need to know that if maybe English isn't your first language or you don't have a parent in America who's gone through the leasing project would be really challenging. So we had that meeting, I came to the Senate, I shared it, and then I got together with a couple of people at Auburn, and what we decided to do was send out a survey to international students so that they could tell us what they needed. So we got the results of that survey back, and we're going to have our first meeting, or we're going to have another meeting for that this Wednesday, but I just wanted to share what the results of that survey were so that we can all be aware of what the prime issues are. So, shockingly enough, only 24% of international students reported the Auburn housing website as useful for them. Meanwhile, 69% said that advice from other students were helpful. So instead of looking at official information through Auburn that we know is reputable, they're going straight towards other peers who've been to Auburn, which that's not necessarily a bad thing, but stuff can get lost in the mix. And less than 5% said that the Auburn housing website was very helpful. So the main issues that they're having comes with costs and understanding the leasing structure. And the Auburn housing website actually has amazing resources covering the leasing structure, covering availabilities in Auburn, helping you narrow down the cost. I didn't even know how many resources were on that website until I really sat down and looked with all these other people who've built this wonderful website. But it seems like our students don't know what's all on it. Like, by a show of hands, how many of you guys know that on the Auburn housing website, there's a page where you can put in what kind of apartment you want, and it will show you all these options? Did any of us know that? We have one person. Two? Okay, that's good. But I feel like that would be really helpful information for everyone to know, especially when you're coming from another country and you don't get to see the apartment in person before you sign your lease. You don't know that there's, you know when you switch apartments and there's a 2-week period in between? Well, what if your entire family lives in another country and you have nowhere to go? People don't know that until it's happening to them. So, all that to say, that's the information out right now. We're going to work towards pushing information out to international students about the website, and also hopefully domestic students as well. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next in order are current orders of business, beginning with ESSB 26032301. This bill is brought to you by Senator Jones.
Hey, Jones Nursing, I ask for approval of the following. This is incoming board members confirmation.
Is there a second?
Second.
I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there any debate? Okay, we're now going to move into a vote on campus. Okay, is anyone having trouble? Okay, the ayes have it, and this bill has been adopted. Next in order is future orders of business, beginning with ESSB 260330033001. This bill is brought to you by Senator Huey and Sturdy.
Huey at large, I ask approval of the following. This is an update to the AEO code of laws. We are changing some of the grammar, like engagement here was spelled wrong, and then we're adding some more sentences and just kind of rewording some of the more confusing parts of this law.
Are there any questions on this future order? Senator Pritchett?
Are there any, Pritchett at large, are there any content changes that made in this bill?
I would say no. The only line that we added completely new is this first line that you see here. And some of that wording is from President Roberts, specifically the last 4 words there. And then the content also that we changed is we got rid of a few lines and then kind of reworded them in other lines so that we had less lines in general that were more concise.
Is this gonna change the way that the AO committee operates at all?
No, the one thing that I can think of is that right now, kind of in the bottom of this bill, there's a part about subcommittees, and I think now each senator that is on AEO is on another committee also, so I think that's what it's talking about, but we're gonna continue doing that.
Are there any other questions on the speech order? Okay, thank you. Next in order of business is future order PSSB 26033002. This bill is presented to you by Senator Long.
Long CLA, asked for approval of the following. We got some awesome ADPs selected, so this is just confirming them, getting them ready to go, get started, so.
Their qualifications, their goal sheets should be in box, so you can go look at those tonight and throughout this week when we vote on them as a current order next week. So,
Does anybody have any questions?
okay, seeing none, thank you, Senator Long. Okay, we're gonna go into announcements from me. Also, I'm going to bang the gavel and we're gonna be done, but stay sitting for a few minutes. Okay, my announcements are friendly reminder to CC me, but y'all did really good this week, and I got a lot of extra information, which was great. Make sure you're meeting with your committees, whether it's y'all's for real official meeting, or dinner, or hanging out, or taking a break. But make sure that y'all are all communicating with your committee chairs, which I know you're doing great with. And then also, this is Jamie.